Hello, everyone. Welcome to our podcast, our book club podcast called Books and Brew. This is actually episode 2. Today we have...
Hi, my name's Alyssa Zwiener.
I'm Peter Long.
And I'm your middleest brother.
What did he say?
This is Adrian Curtis.
And I'm Angelina Martinez.
And today we'll be going over the first 4 chapters of Mistborn, the first in this Brandon Sanderson trilogy. So, Brews?
I am drinking a simple Texas pecan, heavy cream, and a little bit of brown sugar.
I'm drinking water because I'm trying to go to sleep tonight.
I am obviously drinking matcha.
I'm drinking water, but I did have a spiced latte before this.
Thank you to our sponsors, 1820 Coffee House, for hosting us today. Any last things you want to add?
To the intro?
To the intro.
I'm really excited to read Mistborn and talk about all 4 chapters.
We are missing 2 people today, so I'll Photoshop them right there and right there. Yeah, right there. So our friend Alan. So unfortunately he cannot come because all of his coworkers did get deported. And we're also missing our other friend Elijah, very saintly Elijah. They're at a church function now. They will be here in subsequent podcast episodes. How should we start? Okay, so background on Brandon Sanderson, born in 1975. Right now he is at the ripe old age of 50. Wrote this when he was in undergraduate. He went to BYU, and he took a 2-year sabbatical after he graduated undergraduate in the Philippines, I think. Yeah, so now that we know a little bit more about the man, the myth, the legend, Brandon Sanderson.
So slavery.
Yeah, okay. Recap of the first prologue. The focus is on this race of people called the Ska.
The important part about this part is we learn about the relationship between the nobles and the Ska and what that dynamic looks like. And it's very much just slavery. Like, they are, like, beating them. They are on a plantation. So there's this concept of Ska that like to travel around between different plantations. And this guy, our main character, Kelsier, or however I guess you want to pronounce it, he's special.
Audiobook pronunciation, please.
Actually, I did not buy the audiobook. It was $32, and I did not like the guy's voice enough to spend $32. I did buy a digital copy to read at work, though.
But anyways, we also get a little bit about the background. So we get this concept of like an eternal ash that's always falling down on the land. And I guess in the prologue, there's not really that much background. They just say that's happening. But I think later on in the first couple of chapters that we read, we get the idea that like something bad happened.
Yeah. So what do y'all think the Ska did?
Yeah, like I think from what it sounded like, there might have been like an attempted upbringing. Yeah.
I think that it was like a pre-revolution and it just didn't work and it like messed up the world and ash falls from the sky. I want to know what the mist is all about. Like, why is everyone so afraid of it? Like,
so the lore so far is we have this quote-unquote eternal ruler who rose up and claimed power over this land. And he had supporters, and I guess the supporters are the descendants of like the noble people. And then I guess everyone who was against him is just become the Ska.
Yeah. So this is, if you think about it, this is kind of like Attack on Titan. And a little bit of like Avatar: The Last Airbender.
There's no war in Ba Sing Se.
There was no war in Ba Sing Se. Yeah.
yeah.
It's kind of like that, right?
Yeah, kind of like they don't like look or appear any different. They just like completely like just alienated just this whole group of people based on their like beliefs or like the past, their ancestors, what they did.
So chapter 1.
Chapter 1 was we get introduced to Vin.
Oh yeah.
Get introduced to the crews, the underground crews. We get introduced for the second time of these powers that Vin calls luck. But I don't know if we learned about Elementy yet.
It's kind of interesting though. So like the idea is like they have these metals that they can absorb. I guess in real life you are also like constantly eating metal. If you think about like iron, calcium, like these are all metals. And then
Fun fact about me, I am an Allomancer, but my metal of choice is actually just the microplastics that we consume every day.
Agree, yeah. But yeah, so the one that she has, I guess, is the one that she can like lull people's senses.
So what we learned is that the city is like over a big metal thing. So I think they like absorb it through the.
I think Kelsier said that.
It's in the water.
There's trace amounts of it in the water.
So like that's how she gets her like supply reserve.
That's
so
chapter
small.
2 spoilers. Come on, guys.
Oh my god.
Well,
So did Cayman die? I think he's dead. Honestly,
He's not dead.
he's suffering. He's suffering right now. He's not dead, but
did you guys read his voice in a British accent? Because I did.
oh, example?
Wait, can I get a line?
Yeah, can we
Give
rewind?
me a line. I told you I'm desperate. My house needs it. 50 boxings will not make us a profit, but that doesn't matter. That's how I roll.
Okay.
I actually didn't give anyone a British accent, but maybe I will now.
Yeah, maybe now I will.
We did get introduced to the idea of life in the underground, that nobody can trust anybody. We get introduced to Vin's brother, who hates Vin. That's the impression I got.
No.
He's like, I'm gonna betray you, by the way. Fuck you. That's not a joke.
I took it as like Reen both loves and hates Vin because tough love, like he betrayed her so that she could know what true betrayal is, to like look out for her. Like obviously he doesn't like her like completely, because like why would you betray someone you love? But like I also think there is some sort of like care in the sense that he did betray her just so she will always be on guard and always be on the lookout for that type of thing. Yeah.
But it's kind of funny because
He's gone, though.
He did specifically say, I am going to leave you. And she was just like, I don't know what to do about that. And then he did.
Left her with like a bunch of debt. And
So he was very truthful. At least. So I'll give him that much credit.
Yeah, he gave her a heads up. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Does he know about her ability, her luck ability?
So is her brother?
Does she? Yeah, because, well, it's like a half brother, right?
Brother, I think they have different dads. So
That is what gives him.
So I don't think he has allomancy, and I don't think he knew about it either, because like she hasn't really like told anyone about it. Like not even what's his name, her like boss, like knew about
I don't.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was just like, you're a good luck charm.
Yeah, because even she didn't know.
Yeah.
Explain it. She just like, I'm just lucky.
It's crazy. So favorite character so far?
Vin, 100%. Vin, 100%. Yeah.
I'm a fan of Vin. I like Kelsier though. I also Kelsier or okay. Who's the other guy? Dom? No.
Yeah.
Dachshund. Yeah.
No, if a particular character has really stuck out to me yet.
Least favorite character?
Least favorite character? Oh, that Cameron guy, probably.
Cameron. Okay, Cameron. Very hateable character. Yeah.
My favorite character is Ham right now.
Oh, okay. You like big buff dudes. Okay.
He just seems the nicest.
And buff.
I don't like Kelsier that much yet.
I'm kind of with you. He kind of just seems like that. I don't know. It's like, I'm a troublemaker.
I will say that the book very much reads like a D&D campaign so far.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
You all meet in a tavern. It's them at the.
Yeah.
Enjoy that though. I mean, it's fantasy. So
Yeah, you do
I
have
kinda
to
like
kind of
it.
wrap your brain a little bit around it.
But I feel like while they were meeting with the entire, like all of them, I was like, wow, I feel like there's a lot of backstory that we don't know. And I feel like I kind of want that backstory right now, actually. I'm like, like we should have been privy to this before, but
Well, I like
mean-
the mystery. I like
Yeah.
the want to know about their backstory.
You know what allomancy is. You don't know like how he killed the guy in the wall. You know what exactly this, or like anything about the lore. The lore is like slowly.
Yeah.
I just,
It's not like it's definitely like a show and not tell.
yeah.
We'll get to that.
I just don't like the whole, oh, you know how I am. Oh, we've always done this and we've always come back stronger.
The further you read it, it's like, oh, I get it. Like, oh, I understand
Yeah.
why he said that now. It's kind of like the bag. Like the scars on his arm. It's like, oh, that's kind of weird.
I imagine it's gonna go like she's gonna go through like a training arc and like meet with these people, and that's how we're gonna learn their backstories. Yeah.
Avatar. Literally Avatar.
She is the last airbender.
She has unlocked them one by one, which is how they get into a trilogy. Because how is?
So, I'll take this, thank you.
You were so against holding the mic, and now that's your turn. You're like, give me
Now it's my time to shine. Okay, so while I was reading, I wrote these at work while I was reading at work. I don't have as many as I probably should have wrote. But my first question that I wanted to ask was, and please don't look at my notes because it's supposed to be a secret.
reading it right now.
Who writes the entries at the beginning of the chapters? And I know the easy answer there is Kelsier, right?
I feel like it's
As
not
the-
the.
I also
was
feel like
also
it's
thinking
not.
the same thing. I feel like it's someone else because there was an original hero, and you know about that if you read the back of the book. It says
I
like
didn't read it.
once a hero rose, saved the world, and then he failed.
have a confession. I don't read the intros to the chapters. I skip them.
That is actually so
You
fake.
can't even go to those 2 sentences.
I also have a confession.
2 sentences? That's like a YouTube.
Our back of the
short.
books are not the same.
Can you read yours?
You're so right.
Mine is, for 1,000 years the ash fell and no flowers bloomed. For 1,000 years the Skaw slaved in misery. Now a heist may be their unlikely salvation. And that's it.
Okay.
So
So ours is a fascinating world, one that deserves a sequel by the Washington Post book world. The mist rules the night. The Lord Ruler owns the world. Once a hero arose to save the world. He failed. Ever since, the world has been a wasteland of ash and mist controlled by the immortal emperor known as the Lord Ruler. But hope survives. A new uprising is forming, one built around the ultimate caper, the cunning of a brilliant criminal mastermind, and the determination of an unlikely heroine, a street urchin who must learn to master the power of a Mistborn.
So you're...
That's just what we talked about in the beginning. We're like, why is the ash falling? That literally just told us because the hero, like, failed.
Well, yeah, I knew that, but like,
So that's cheating. So that's cheating.
how did he fail though? Like,
I
because
will
I'm
say-
thinking like
we don't know how we failed.
maybe this guy very like convoluted, maybe like a mad scientist energy, and then he's like, I gotta harness the power of this volcano.
No, you're so right. You're so right. So, like, you know,
The Ruse and the Caper by Coyote Theory stream.
element is in the mines at the...
Yes, the valuable one, yes.
The prison is... What if it's at a volcano? Like, they're mining near a volcano or something, and that's where the ash is coming from, and that's why it's, like, so dangerous.
Do you think he has cancer? Like secretly?
Oh, everyone has asbestos.
Everyone has
Yeah.
I will say that's another thing I
mesothelioma.
kind of didn't like was like they kind of have the whole they don't have the whole plan figured out, but it was like, oh, guess what? I already know what his secret weakness is, and it's like, I don't know, a little anticlimactic to me, but
Oh, what if he's an unreliable narrator? What if this Kelsier guy is actually not who we think he is? Huh?
multiple personality disorder.
No, I mean, maybe not that, but maybe, like, his... From, like, almost dying and, like, awakening his powers, it changed him, and so he doesn't remember
It was just a rumor. It was just a rumor, so we don't actually know if it's true. But rumor is... Oh, wait, no, he did confirm it, actually, in the last couple pages. Is he wasn't a Mistborn
Until he awakened.
until he went to prison. So,
It's kind
like,
of crazy.
Is he a skinwalker? Did someone, like... Is he, like, a spy? Or, like, what?
I don't think he's a
To
spy,
see a skinwalker
but,
is
like,
crazy.
But, like, I definitely think, like, he's changed or he's, like, misremembering things or stuff like that. Yeah.
Are we giving this book too much credit?
I don't know, but I.
It's a New York
Time bestseller.
Anyways, I really think it's very convenient, like the narrative that like if you can harness more than one power, then you're a Mistborn. You can harness all of them.
Yeah, I think it would have been more interesting to have, like, 3 or 2.
Yeah.
The default is just one.
Yes, for.
And I
the-
was going to say, if you're born with just one, you can't learn any others. But maybe Kelsier is proof that you can.
Yeah, I'm there.
Instead of just having to be born with it.
There sounds like there's like a trauma element to this awakening of the powers, and I'm wondering like what that is because I feel like
Yeah, what is it?
this guy's like middle aged. And the first trauma he has is like being in a prison. There's no way like
Yeah.
I don't know. There's got to be something like maybe a location thing. Like what if Vin was in the mines, birthed in the mines or something like that? No, I don't know. I don't know.
I was gonna say, like, what if Vin had, like, a really, like, bad traumatic thing happen to her and then she awakened? Like, she wasn't necessarily born this way, but she doesn't know that she was awakened.
Yeah.
To get back to the original question of
I forgot there was a question.
of who writes the introductions, my guess that I'm gonna stick with until proven wrong is the Lord Ruler.
See, I also
Yeah.
thought that. I was thinking about that too.
I was like, what if? What if?
I think, even though I haven't read them, I think that it's the hero from the past. That's my guess.
It says. I'll just read the entire thing, I guess. He says, I consider myself to be a man of principle, but what man does not, even the cutthroat, I have noticed, considers his actions moral after a fashion. Perhaps another person, reading of my life, would name me a religious tyrant. He could call me arrogant. What is to make the man's opinion any less valid than my own? I guess it all comes down to the fact that in the end, I am the one with the armies.
There was also. Didn't it say in one of them? I thought you were gonna bring up one of them. It said, "I have the power," because okay, and we're like slowly being revealed Oh, was the second one? Yeah, he's like, they keep saying I have the power to save the world, but they also don't mention that I also have the power to destroy the world. So there's also that. So
My bet is on Brandon Sanderson wrote that.
I think so.
Yeah, definitely. I think Brando Sanderson shit. Not the self-insert. I will say, I looked up Lord Ruler, and some of the fan art.
Oh.
Some of the fan art, he's kind of yacht pilled, is all I'm gonna say. He's kind of yacht pilled.
I only just learned about this thing called gooning a couple days ago. So
That's for another podcast, I think.
That's the next podcast.
Yeah, it's the next podcast, the After Dark podcast. He's giving kind of roguishly handsome vibes.
And I can't deny or agree with that.
I haven't seen this fan art, and why haven't you dropped it?
Yeah, true. What?
Yeah,
were
because
you-
the way that we're always
I saw
sharing
it and I was
fan art
like,
everything.
You
know me, I'm always sharing
spoilers,
fan
because he's not ugly. Spoilers.
Well, why are you looking up?
I don't know why I looked up Lord Ruler specifically, but anyway,
I was curious. That's fine.
I was curious. So yeah, obviously he can't be that bad of a guy.
Oh, what's the TV guy?
I have another question. My second question was, why is it so easy to pose as a lord? Is there not a registry or something? Because like they always be posing as lords.
I definitely don't think they're the registry. I definitely think they're just like, oh, you look fancy, because like they don't think that like ska can like wear fancy clothes or like anything like that or like can afford it. So they're just like, oh, you look fancy, you must be like, I don't know what they call not ska.
I think that's the point. It's like how ridiculous the difference between a ska and a nobleman is literally just your status. And I think like that's the point. And the fact that it's so easy to become one or the other just by stealing something and changing your clothes is kind of like, oh, this is like, it's like a big flaw in like their social system. Anyway.
I guess it would also explain why so many people kind of turn, well, not so many people, but a lot of the ska turn to thievery, because it's kind of a tool for social mobility at the end of the day. My last and final question that I wrote down was, if you can find one misting, which is not the Mistborn, just okay, and they explained that a misting is created in 1 in 1,000 mixed breed ska. So ska mixing with a noble. And then if, with that statistic, on top of that, it's heavily frowned upon or restricted or forbidden to breed with ska, which we see in the introduction, where he's like, there's rumors that you're having your way with some of the ska women or whatever. Yeah. Anyway, how is it even possible for there to be enough mistings for them to meet one another?
I think just because like there's no real difference between ska and like the regular people, that it's just so hard to tell who's a mixed blood, and it's like so hard to like hunt them down. So that so many get like mixed in with the pot that they can't catch all of them, and just like, also I don't think the statistics are right. I think they were just pulling numbers together. Yeah. Yeah.
This might be like a JoJo reference, because like stands attract stands. Like you like.
But it would be, if the statistics are right, it would be pretty much impossible for 2 actual Mistborn.
Yeah.
Which they kind of do address that.
Maybe it just goes to show that maybe more of that stuff is going on than maybe even the Empire knows about.
And like, because up in the north, it's like they're not as like harmful to the ska, so it's just kind of like maybe they're more chillaxed with like the mixed breeding and stuff like that.
There's always this north-south divide, like in the U.S. in the 1700s. Interesting.
Damn, too soon.
Too soon, bro. It's been 200 years.
How do we feel about what's his name, Yelen, or the leader of the like rebellion? How do we feel about him?
Seems desperate.
Very desperate. Very like, he was like low-key about to back out at the last second. He was like, guys, forget I said anything.
You're like, will you give me my money back if I say no?
You know who I thought of?
And they're like, we're robbing. And he's like,
and we're
chill
killing,
out,
we're
guys.
capturing.
Who's that guy from Dungeon Meshi?
Chilchuck?
Chilchuck. That's who I thought of for the
that?
rebel leader.
What is this?
Chilchuck?
Dungeon Meshi?
Dungeon Meshi?
Is
Delicious in Dungeon.
Delicious in Dungeon. It's
I
like,
don't know what y'all are saying. Sorry.
It's an anime. They like go into dungeons and they like get to eating the monsters.
Alyssa
and
knows.
stuff
I'm the dungeon meshy expert. I haven't started it. I've been meaning to.
Are we supposed to start
I've
it?
been meaning to though.
No one told me. I could have put this on my anime watch
I
list.
want to watch this so bad.
Wait, okay, I'm gonna add it to my anime list right now as we speak.
He's like says that he has like this very strict like moral setting, but when it comes down to it, he's like more malleable than he leads on.
He's kind of cringy.
Oh,
Is kind of where I felt about.
that's where you were going with that.
Yeah, he's like, oh, I'll never trust you. Oh, I'm so secretive. Y'all wouldn't understand what I've been through. Kind of vibe.
When like whatever the main character's like literally been to prison and like almost died, and he's like, you'll never understand what I'm going through.
I'm not like you. He's giving cat vibes. Very cat coded.
Yeah. He wants attention, but he doesn't want you to think he wants attention.
Not the romance potential. Not the romance potential.
Ham and
Hammy Breeze.
yes, oh my god, the potential there?
The romance potential?
The potential. Did you catch him? He was like, I don't know why I even, and then he got cut off.
Yeah.
I did give. Now that you're talking about it, I did give one of them a British accent, and it was Ham. And he has
Why
like
Ham?
he has a really like
Like a posh?
Paul McCartney. I gave him Paul McCartney vibe. Kind of like a dull, dumb British type vibe.
I also like the interaction between Vin and Breeze, yeah, where he was like playing with her emotions, but she's like, hey, stop that.
I like when it reminded me very much of my sister.
Yeah.
Like
has
something
to
that
be-
we do. She'd be like, "Can you do this for me?" And then she like does something to piss me off, and then like the fact that she just like left the wine cup there and didn't even bring it to me, I was like,
That's the
"That is
pettiness thing.
so like
Sibling coded.
so real." Yeah.
I will say that I did like that even though the Mistborn can like control all of the metals, it did kind of show that like Breeze, for example, is way more refined at controlling emotions because she didn't even like notice she was being manipulated, whereas whenever Kelsey Air did it, she noticed immediately.
Jack of all trades, master of none.
Yeah.
type
Yeah.
vibe.
Yeah. But she might be the master. She might
She
be.
might be the master of all.
Try more. Try a little.
Do you have an outro?
I don't have a straw, so I can't slurp. So.
Guys, what song is this? It seems very familiar.
You can slurp without a straw. Fun fact.
Oh. Oh, that's a good one.
That was
Avatar,
the best one.
Avatar: The Last Slurp Bender.
Okay, I think that's enough.
That's my allomancy.
All right, bye, chat.
It's like it's like when the logo appears on the screen and it says Books and Brew, and then that's the sound.
Okay.
No, that's
Yeah, that is so good. I do want it to be the most
Oh yeah, can you make us like an intro?
Yeah, I almost did choke his act.